Hey guys, so now we're here with our final video and we're going to talk about our 90-day plan to really take our social media to the next level. So day one, if you watched video one, you've already done your first assignment, and that's going to be to look at your benchmarks. So hopefully you took your screenshots of your Insight benchmarks just to kind of see where you were. You actually logged on to the internet, not just using your app, so you can kind of change the dates on that a little bit. And the other thing you want to look at is how many total likes do you have. So this first day one, we just want to get an insight check, because in my experience, you can't plan to where you want to go unless you know where you are. So let's find out where we are. And there's no reason to feel bad about it. You just don't know, and every business is different. So if you talk to somebody and they see 2,000 people a month, they need to have a higher following than people that only see 500 people a month, and that's okay. So in the first 2 weeks of our 30-day plan or 90-day plan, we want to talk about making our plan and setting in place the things we talked about in video 2 to make sure we're getting more quality followers on our Facebook page. So we want to make sure during this 2-week time period that we have assessed our following, and that we have put into place the things such as asking for people to follow you, making sure whoever on your staff interacts with your customers on a daily basis is asking them to follow you. And we are going to talk about doing some of those promotions we said. But what we really want to do in the first 2 weeks into the third week is really make sure that we are setting into place just the things to kind of get it just part of the conversation. So just remember, it takes 21 days for something to become a habit. So if we were having these conversations with our customers regularly, making sure they follow us on social media, that'll be an easy way to get more followers. So then we're going to talk about day 15 through 28. And so we want to plan 2 promotions where we're going to give something away. Remember, it just needs to be valued at least $20. So over that 2-week time period, we're going to take about 4 days worth of a contest. You don't want to drag it out much longer than that because people kind of get tired of it. And then we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll do another contest for 3 or 4 days. And then just make sure that whatever time you say you're going to announce a winner, I would encourage you set the reminder in your phone, because everybody gets so busy and you'll forget. You'll be like, oh my gosh, we were supposed to announce a winner today at noon, and it is already 3 o'clock and we have missed the boat. So you just want to make sure that you kind of follow through with what you said you were going to do. So during the 15 to 28 days, we also want to make sure that we have allocated 1 hour of time to really sit down and hone in on what our social media message really needs to be, and then plan some posts accordingly, or at least develop an idea around what we're going to talk about with our message that we want to get across to our customers. So we want to have an insight check at day 14, because this is when we're really working on our verbiage with like the scripts with the staff members that are interacting with the customers, to make sure they're asking for the like on Facebook, that we've placed it on our business card or our email. Any way that the customer really is interacting with us, we want to make sure we are inviting them to like us. So day 14, we're going to check our insights again, and then at the end of day 28, we're going to check the insights again. So that really will be like your first month, and you'll already see an improvement on your insights and your interaction, and it's going to be great, and your increase in your engagement. Now we're going to talk about the next month, so days like 30 through 60. So what we want to do in these days is, remember, in the first month we sat down and we spent an hour really focusing on what we wanted our message to be. So in the second month, we want to make sure that we're implementing this plan. So we're going to do this with our scheduled posts. So we're going to just plan out, and you don't have to have a scheduled post for every day. 3 to 5 days a week will be plenty. Just make sure that, again, the punctuation and spelling, all the grammar is correct, and that the message is short and concise, and it really just gets across specifically what you want to do. And then remember to schedule your daily 15 to 20 minutes to do your live shots. Now remember, these are shots, these are pictures or videos that you've taken throughout the day that you don't necessarily have to post immediately, but you can sit down in the morning or at night, whenever it works best for you, and really just put in, again, just 20 minutes, and you'll get the hang of it. And this is also a great time to make sure that you're commenting 4 words or more to people on their post with you. And then at the end of day 60, you want to do another insight check, and you're going to be amazed at the difference between the first month and then the second month, and where you started and where you are now after only 60 days. So then the final month of our 90-day plan we want to repeat what we did in the 30 to 60 day plan. All of that is exactly the same. Then the next thing we want to do is really want to sit down and assess your comfort level, because you're going to find that if you have really loosened the reins a little bit, if you have that opportunity and allowed more people to participate on your social media page, if you truly, are honest with yourself, you're probably going to be either the person that likes to do the scheduled post, or you're going to be the person that likes to do the live post. And then somebody else on your team is going to be great at the other one. And so there's no reason to feel like you have to do something that you just don't like to do. So if you have somebody else that's really good at the one that you don't like to do, then delegate it out. Or maybe just split up the responsibilities if both people are equally comfortable. But just making sure that you give yourself an honest assessment at the end of day 90, and then moving forward, then you'll know who has that responsibility. And just remember, at the end of day 90, you want to do another insight check. And there's nothing wrong with doing the insight checks, in shorter increments. However, you're going to see, if you really do month to month, then you're going to see more of an improvement. And you may have a day where, it could have been, if it might have been like July 4th week, and maybe people were on vacation and they didn't have their phone. Or, maybe it's a football weekend and nobody's really interacting. So you're going to have some off days. And what I don't want to have happen is you look at today and you're like, man, my post was really good, but people were just out and about, or the weather was beautiful and they were out on the lake, or something where they just weren't on your phone and it was just kind of an anomaly. You just don't want to have that really hurt your confidence. And so that's why if you really just look at these 30 days, it'll kind of weed a little bit of that out. So anyway, that's our 90-day plan, and there are lots of ways that we can really improve afterwards. And so we're going to offer series, or again, if you have any questions, you can contact me directly. I'll be more than happy to kind of sit down with you and work on your social media plan with everything that we've got. So I hope that this helps you out tremendously, and I cannot wait to see how our community really grows when we all really are connecting with each other on social media and helping each other out, and just really, really growing and just seeing all the great things that we can do. So I can't wait to see everybody's social media posts and how all that's going to improve. Thank you.